full of coral, in my humble opinion. You can never get enough coral. This, I'm told, I was just asking, she wasn't sure, but it's supposed to be the local coral because Beihai is very famous for its coral, and Guangxi Island is also very famous, which is where this comes from, all alive, all around.
With over 1,000 kinds of coral and shellfish, the combined complex also features a large collection of fish, sharks and turtles, as well as a fascinating 10-metre tall column-style aquarium. In addition to the sea life, there's also a large section dedicated to China's naval history, with the occasional nod to foreign expeditions as well. Ticket at the desk will cost you 120 RMB at the time of writing. But if you bother to look for a travel agent in Beihai, you could get it for up to 40% discount. But enough of the indoors, time to take on the sun. Beihai's Silver Beach lies to the southeast of the city, approximately 10 kilometres from the city centre. The beach itself stretches 1.6 kilometres from east to west, with most people tending to congregate around the middle. It's known inside China as one of the best beaches the country has to offer, mostly owing to its fine white sand, clean and warm water, as well as gentle waves. Certainly no surfer's paradise, but at least you'll know that you're safe, as the sea here is shark-free.
So I got my mic in my hand so it doesn't fall in the water. But when you come down to Beihai, you simply have to make your way to the Silver Beach. It's the #1 tourist attraction in terms of beaches here. You'll see it completely round, even more so in the evening as it's a little cooler, as you can see. Now, a little cultural thing, don't be surprised to find that here in Beihai and in China as a whole, people still enjoy wearing their Speedos. I'm wearing some rather trendy, longer shorts, some boardies, but just so you know, people do love their Speedos. Enjoy.
For many people, this is the main reason to come down to Beihai. The beach, I mean. On top of the water and sand, there's a pleasant boardwalk as well as palms rustling in the breeze. You can also get all the standard water sports here. You'll find showers and lockers available just off the boardwalk, priced at 10 RMB at the time of writing. It's also absolutely free to come here, and you may be lucky enough to try your hand at being a lifeguard on Baywatch. Or not. Much like on Old Street, it's all quiet during the day, but things really heat up at night. And tonight in particular is one of the hottest of the year, and not just temperature-wise. Beihai has been hosting the Miss World International Beauty Pageant since 2005, and this year a total of 40 lovely ladies from 32 countries competed in the finals.
I think we've got some really front row seats here, absolutely front row seats. In all honesty, I've never seen quite so many ladies in one place at one time, but it's an enjoyable show, very artistic.
Over and above being a simple beauty pageant, it was a chance for the whole city to capture the imagination of the world, as visitors arrived in droves to be entertained by fireworks, music and models.
Wow. This one, dude, look on the right. This one.
Just so you know, Beihai is a tropical city, so despite it being clear blue skies and sunny all day long, do be prepared for the odd shower. So make sure you pack your sunscreen and your umbrellas.
Alright, I don't know if you can see behind, the poor girls, it's raining, they haven't even got a waterproof like I have. The poor things, they're having But look at them, what absolute troopers. They look fantastic from here, and hopefully none of them will slip over. But I think it adds something to the event. Everyone's still here, everyone's still enjoying themselves. Fantastic!
Things you really have to do when you make it to Beihai is to take a ferry to Guangxi Island. You can choose to take either a slow ferry or a fast one. The slow ferry, which takes around 90 minutes, costs about 100 RMB, and the fast ferry, which only takes an hour, costs twice as much. Situated south of Beihai, Guangzhou is the largest island of Guangxi.
That's it, quick 1 hour trip and we're here.
Be aware though that when you disembark from the ferry, you'll find plenty of hawkers. So my advice is either plan well in advance, or if you haven't booked a hotel, then have a firm idea of your price range. Right, I'm going to see if I can find myself some suitable accommodation.
So we've just come off the boat and we're looking for some accommodation, and this is the best hotel in Guangzhou, and it's not bad. Now, Guangzhou is still a developing island, so you'll find the majority of the hotels are either homestays, B&Bs and budget, but you can find your pick of some 4-star ones like the one here. Well, I love the room, I've got to be honest, but we come down, checked out the prices, and unfortunately slightly out of my price range. Now, even though the lady just informed me there's a 50% discount, but it does bring me on to another piece of information. Any of the hotels that you come to in China, make sure you ask if they have a promotion on, because almost all of the time the advertised rate is not the rate that you're going to end up paying. But as I said, a bit out of my price range, so we're going to go and check out somewhere a bit more local.
As it's a relative newcomer to the tourism scene, there aren't a huge variety of hotels. But like Beihai, it's developing at an incredible rate, so expect this to change. But if you come during the holidays, make sure you book early, as it can get pretty packed out.
So, you can get yourself a room for the night, retailing from $10 to $20, which is definitely more my style, in the local hotels. What a bargain. And a beautiful view over the sea. It's just perfect. So here with Everett, who's one of the guests at this wonderful house. How are you finding Guangzhou Island?
Pretty good.
Yeah? You've enjoyed it? How long have you been here for?
A week, almost a week.
A week.
Yeah.
What's been the best part about Guangzhou Island?
I guess it's like the beach or something.
Yeah? You been here before?
Nope.
One of the great things about Guangzhou, like most islands, is that you can find seafood aplenty. And who doesn't love freshly caught seafood? You'll find small eateries scattered all over the island, but you'll find the best seafood market in Nanwan Bay, where we are now.
Why? That's what you've got to love about coming down to the seaside. You get fresh fish, you get to pick the fish before we go in and eat it in a second. There's a lovely salty breeze coming across. You know, it just makes you feel relaxed, ready to eat some very, very fresh fish. So, the food has finally arrived and we've got ourselves some extremely fresh stuff. You might have seen it picked out before, the sea snail that I had a look at. We've got some crab, we've got some noodles, some seafood noodles, and the star of the show. This poor guy here, I feel a bit guilty about it, but we're going to celebrate his life in style by eating his delicious meat. Cheers.
There are many pleasant beaches all over the island, where you'll find similar water and sand to what you had in Beihai. There's an interesting cultural aspect that you'll find here and on China's beaches as a whole. That is that even more people tend to come out in the evenings when it's cooler. Be sure not to miss the incredible sunset on Weizhou Island. It's mesmerizing and even a little romantic. That said, I'd recommend coming for at least a day and a night, so you get to enjoy everything the island has to offer. Weizhou Island is made from a natural volcano. And while religion is not often the focal point of sightseeing, the Catholic Church here is worth a visit. A church is interesting and totally different from other landmarks. In the 1860s, French priests came to Weizhou Island to try and convert the locals, and thus they founded the church in 1870. The architecture is typically Baroque, and most of the villagers around the church are actually devout Christians. Although they may appear to go about some of the rituals in a slightly different way, it was enjoyable seeing the local Catholic band. Formed of Quaternary period volcanic rocks and lavas, Weizhou is China's largest and youngest volcanic island, although it was formed over 7,000 years ago. With a dense vegetation and a beautiful landscape, it's particularly rich in lava-eroded caverns, as well as a variety of different sea animals. It's important to check the local times for when the tide comes in at your hotel reception, or even practice reading your Mandarin and checking it in the local paper. That way, you should be able to plan a good long hike and see the various types of rocks and the island's silhouette. Above all, Weizhou Island and Beihai encompass much of the beauty of this part of China. It's fresh, clean, and at times rather hot and humid, but also a great place to enjoy a nice beach holiday and a bit of culture.
Well, hopefully you're able to take some of that in behind. It's just so relaxing here. There's a lovely sea breeze coming across and a fantastic view, as you can see. And that's pretty much what you can expect when you come to Beihai and its surrounding pearls like Weizhou Island. I'm Mark Edwards, and I'll catch you very soon on another episode of Travelogue.